Welcome back to part 2 of the Trickster guides. I do recommend part 1 first, which will just teach you the basics of the schemes, how to nail them very quickly, as well as the economy, because it's a bit tricky with the Trickster and this will make it very much more simplified. So I do recommend see that video first, then go to this and you'll find out how to complete your very first scheme in 10 turns, setting you up for a very strong campaign. Here we are at the start of a brand new legendary campaign and we're going to start off by taking Newland. Just auto-resolve it, you have plenty of time to recover with what we're trying to do here. Now get a Parasitic Trickster cult. Usually you will want Symbiotic ones because you can build them up and then gain revenue from more profitable settlements. But to start off, we're just going to get a Parasitic one. Now as you can see here, we have two settlements and they're both going to be Parasitic and they're going to act as a central cult node to spread more cults out. Now this is going to cost you a little bit of cash because this will take away 100 away from your treasury for each of the enforcers' abodes. So this is the Parasitic expansion building and I think it's worth the extra upkeep, so you want one of these and you want the Parasitic income building in both of these initial settlements. So this will give you a bit of base income, but most of all these will stack to get all of these under your control, and what you'll want is to get all their capitals and get symbiotic cults there, and that is where the majority of your income will come from. And we're going to use a few major settlements, primarily Slovenia and Altdorf, as our primary cash cows. Get your Trickster cultist. Now we're going to send him down here to Vlad's capital and build a military Trickster cult. This will be very useful because it will help you unlock the legendary heroes much sooner. So he's going this way and we will be going this way, and this way we'll get two massive capitals which we can get symbiotic cults with and build up our economy very strong, very early. This guy's gonna get wiped out, so you may as well get the last of his wealth so you can build up your buildings. And the same for Black Venom, just get whatever you can at this point because these guys are all not going to live past the end turn, so just use this as a way of getting a little bit of extra capital. And don't bother with the beastmen until they've got some wealth behind them and end your turn. Just a quick reminder guys, if you are enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing, it really helps out. Ask any question in the comments, I answer everything, and if you'd like to talk strategy, feel free to join the Discord. Cheers. Turn 2, they will have their army over there and that does not bother us at all. Make your way to Wordbad and just hire 3 more blue horrors. Get the war host in waiting research and end your turn. Turn 3, get that Trickster cultist into Castle Drakenhoff and build the military Trickster building. The reason why we do this is first of all, we can get ourselves a cultist right away, but don't get him just yet. We need the income that he'll drain from us because of his upkeep, but getting one of these on the field ASAP is very good. You can get another one at tier 4, and most of all, we will need this building at tier 5 to unlock the blue scribe. So getting this underway when you can is very important. The other major building you will want to get Hellbrass is this building here, the Chaos Warrior building, and you want that up to tier 4. This build slot has one goal and one goal only, and that is to use the symbiotic income building. As that builds up, as you can see, you get some nice income off that. So now let's take Wordbad. And on the battlefield we will be deploying as far as we can over to this side and just basically only having 1 or 2 towers able to hit us at any point in time. We're going to put our heroes up the front, keep our flyers around the back so we can launch them when we're ready, and just bring all of your units up here because we're going to charge forward, blast them off the walls, and then take those walls for ourselves. So let's move up. Now your Cockatice is the way that you're going to dodge most of the enemy ammunition purely by tying up their archers. Just remember, Searing Doom can hit enemies on walls and can be very useful. Just blast them off the walls and then when you're ready, charge up those walls yourself. Just keep one eye on their towers and try to stay out of the line of sight. Make sure you get the symbiotic cults because we want that revenue building. It's already there, but this is the last one. We're going to build this enforcer's abode, so now we will have, once that's built, we'll have 3 of these buildings all combining to make 8% here, 8% here, 8% chance to spread the cult, and that is the way we spread into pre-existing settlements without having to knock them down. Therefore they will make more money and our symbiotic cults will earn more for us. 3 more blue horrors and that's it. Move up past Kemperbad, don't actually attack it, but you'll still be in range to hire 3 more blue horrors, or as many as you can. If you need to sign up with the Beastmen to get that last one, then absolutely get it. You can even sign a defensive alliance with these rats for a bit more cash. If you're really running low, they won't last very many turns at all. Turn 5, and attack Kemperbad. See if there's anyone else you can join the war with. There's no one there to pay us to join in, so let's just charge straight in and get it done. Don't forget to flank with your chariots, cast over the top of any archers, and use your barriers to keep your guys alive, and you should be able to do it without basically losing any health at all. Okay, so here we're just going to place a Symbiotic cult. Let's see what building we got. Now, because we're bordering the Empire, which is going to be our main cash cow, we want to build the Parasitic spreading building right here, and hopefully it's going to combine with Altdorf once we take that too, and we can really start to stack these bonuses and really get these quickly. Just a quick note, this turn you could force march past Kemperbad and try to get Altdorf next turn, but I think it's worth building this cult here because these two will stack, because once we get all of these in Altdorf, we are going to be loaded for the rest of the game. Turn 6 now, there's a chance you might get a bit lucky and have some of these cults spreading in there, which is excellent if they are. If not, that's fine. Now you could attack Grunberg, but this is going to level down the settlement, because every time you destroy or sack, raise, do anything to a structure, it goes down a level, and we want this to be higher because the rich empire means the rich changeling. Force march, make sure we're far enough away from them. Fingers crossed Karl doesn't decide to pounce on us. We'll be alright if he does. He'll probably be easy to take out away from our settlement, so he'll either come out, we'll defeat him on the field, or we go and take the fight to him and take his capital. See if you can get any good trade, or even just deals for gold. That's excellent, that'll help, because I wouldn't mind getting our cultist marching over now that we're basically there. This guy probably won't live to see another day, so let's take him for what he's got while he's got it. Alright, so at Castle Drakenhoff, let's get that cultist. Turn number 7, it's time to get a war going with Karl Franz. He should be at war with Kazarak, so let's join that war, get a bit more cash. I just wanted to add in that there's an alternative way of doing this. You can go and attack it this time. I've got some footage of another run where I did do this, but it is very hard, and you essentially have to cheese by wasting all of their ammunition on their artillery as well as their gunfire units, and you can use the cockatrice to do this. Simply move around, let its barrier absorb any missiles, avoid them, come back, recharge the barrier, and you can waste the entire garrison and army's ammunition. I'm going to show you how to do it without needing to cheese. I know that he's going to attack with both of these, so let's just do it. I don't want the reinforcements there, so if he has 2 armies, he's going to attack you. And right on cue, here he is, Mr. Franz. He has his reinforcements. Let's do this. And on the battlefield, we have some reinforcements coming this way, so we're going to blast them to oblivion before they even get in. We've got 2 minutes to kill, so we're going to move them up, and we're going to send our cockatrice up this way to make sure we don't get bombarded by that mortar. I'm trying to stall it out. Just don't bomb my troops. Okay, so there's the reinforcements. These guys should dissolve fairly quickly. Let's Plague of Rust, take down his armor, and he should drop pretty quickly. Pairing cockatrice up with Karl Franz. Plague of Rust to really wear him down. There we go, you can see that's doing some nice damage. Let's flank these guys and get them out of the equation. And turn up guard mode so they keep running. That should be it. Yep, there we go. Oh, and thank God that's over. We will need the replenishment. As much as I'd love that money, we have a pretty big siege to do. And we'll get a bit more missile strength. It would be nice to get a bit more ammo with these guys, but we don't have it yet. Such power. Oh, and how convenient. He's actually got his troops on the outside. That will make it much more enjoyable by not having to be a siege. We're just going to take out this first army, and then we'll take out the other one as it comes in. Heal up. We have Karl Franz's form. Now let's take his settlement. Oh, I really can't be bothered. Alright. Done. And now we need a Symbiotic cult. This is Altdorf, of course, and we will be leeching off their wealth for a very long time. So we want this to be a very happy and healthy province. So let's get Disguised Trade, and this is the beginning of a very, very lucrative venture for us. Forces Abode to help it spread to these other areas, and it's going to get a lot of economic synergy there. Also, Slovenia, let's increase this settlement as well, and that's looking pretty good. Now, at risk of this cult being found, we're just going to put the Agents Hollow to lower chance of it being found, but also this will give us a few more grimoires as well as cult supplies each turn. So that is 2 out of 3 schemes completed. The first one being just basically start the campaign, and now we have sacked. We could attack and destroy Nurgle, Festus that is, but you know what, we don't need to. We don't have any other allies here. We may as well just benefit from allying with him, and we can then get the amazing buffs the Changeling gets to allied recruitments. And what we need to do is get Castle Drakenhoff up to 75 Tzeentch corruption. Easiest way to do this is let's hire a lord. It can be any lord at all. Go change the ways. We're going to spread corruption, make it him, and voila. That will rocket up the Tzeentch corruption, and in a few turns we will have this unlocked. Turn 10, turn 11, you will have your first ultimate scheme unlocked. Turn 9, we're just going to move across Altdorf. We can get out of our channeling stance, get a bit more movement if we so wish. We will need to use ambush stance, and let's go wherever we can and have a very high percentage to hide. And now you have your steam tank due to finishing the quest. Ta-da! And there we go, we have raised the corruption level all the way up to 75 in Slovenia. Quest complete, and that means we've completed our 3rd scheme, so we can do the battle whenever we like, and that will give us the reward of having all the Empire at war with each other, as well as another weapon, and we get a nice inflow of supplies. Just to predict a very obvious question, yes, it does say turn 12 here, but this is because I've spaced things out to allow your economy to be not so strained. If you want to, you could raise this lord and then corrupt Castle Drakenhoff even sooner, and can get this trick to work by turn 8. If you'd like to see the top tips for dominating the Changeling economy, click here. If you'd like to see the Chaos Dwarf Mastery Guide, click here. Please consider liking and subbing. Thanks for watching.